Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. I have begrudgingly donned my toque, which many of you in the States call a beanie, because last night we had our very first ever frost. It is October 6th, and that was the first frost we had this fall, which is quite unheard of. I'm 27 years old, and in my recollection, in the years probably 20 years past, I'm pretty sure we've not ever had a frost this late. Of course, my early years of life I wouldn't remember, but I'm fairly certain we've never had a frost this late, which is insane. It's been an absolutely lovely fall so far, except for a couple of relatively rainy days last week, which were kind of cold, where I was wearing a toque as well. So yeah, but I wanted to show you guys something that my mom and I did again. And that is that we went on a road trip to buy 6 new Nigerian dwarf goats. So we are working on buying some quality lines that we can work with in the future. I would personally really like to put them on milk test in the future and be able to make a product from them someday. It's not going to be soon, because for the next year or so I'm going to be really busy, so probably in the year 2025 is when I'm going to try and start seriously working on that. That's my goal. I feel that that's a reasonable goal for my time constraints and for the events that are going to be happening in the next year for me. So I am really looking forward to working on that. And without further ado, I will introduce to you the first 2 youngest additions to Country Roads goats, which is my mom's herd's name, and Wild West goats, which is my herd name. First up, we have Ari, this little lady here. Now, Ari was a triplet, so she is a little bit smaller, but I am continuing to feed her a bottle of milk once a day so that she starts to gain a bit more size and weight. So Ari's dam is a milk star doe, so I tried to focus on getting animals that would hopefully help me be able to create a line of milk star does. So Ari's dam is a milk star doe, and my goal would be to breed her when she's 2, because she's a little bit smaller, so I'd like to allow for her to be able to mature more. It's quite common for people to hold off on breeding some of their goats to keep a dry yearling and allow them to freshen for the first time when they turn 2, just so that they can get some more size and maturity on them. And I'm trying to create the goal where I can start a milk star line for a couple of my goats. So Ari was a key choice for me because of that, because if I can get her bred and producing well, then she could potentially earn a milk star, and she would be a 2 milk star doe, which means that she is the second goat in her line that has earned a milk star. And then if she were to have a baby that earned a milk star, that baby would be a 3-star milking doe. So it's all to sort of create a line that will work for milking purposes. And the next young addition, she's actually a week younger than Ari, is Licorice here. She's a sweetie. She's also blue-eyed and horned, so she was disbudded. And she's a very sweet little lady. And my mom is already super in love with this goat. So my mom bought Licorice and I bought Ari. So she's doing pretty good. She looks a little small compared to the other ones. And then who we already have here is Bandita. She was born here, and Dreamer. She was also born here. Then in the pen next to them on the left here we have Endry, and the black one on the right is Zorro, and they're tiny little dudes. So we have opted to keep them inside now because it's just getting a little too cold for them. So who we started out with in this pen were all the babies with their mamas, but some of the babies have had to be moved inside. So Ginger here is an OG, Harissa, she was here already, and Fern. So Musketeer also, that short one in the back eating some hay. So my mom bought Zinnia Lee there. She's the black and white with the red collar. She's an absolute hog for attention usually, unless she's eating. And then joining them there with that pink collar is Pixie Sticks. Yeah, you. And she is actually Licorice's mom. So my mom bought a mother-daughter pair there. And we're so in love with all of these goats. They're absolute sweethearts. And then I went and got this golden girl here. She's an absolute beauty. I'm so in love with her. Her name is Mossy Rock Didgeridoo. And I love her so much already. She has her milking star, which is the big reason why I bought her. And like I'm just so happy with this doe. I've been milking her once a day so far, which has been a little bit of a learning curve. And it's been a bit of a learning curve simply for the reason that I'm used to milking cows and not goats, who have significantly smaller teats. So she's been an absolute angel to milk. She's been so patient with me as I try to, you know, muddle through learning how to milk a goat, because I hadn't done that yet, really. So she's been an absolute little dream goat, and I'm so happy with her. And then if you heard any little sort of talking, oh, did you like how that smelled? This is 805 Enchanted Evening. I'm absolutely in love with this little sweetheart. She is so cute, and so like I saw her, and it took me like, I don't even know. I had to mull it over for like 2 days or something, because I saw her in a video that the breeder sent over, because the breeder who I bought, her short name is Evie, so Enchanted Evening and Evie for short. She was in a video and she kind of named her, and I immediately was like, oh, who is that? And I'm just, if you hear weird screaming in the background, that's Capital. He likes to tell me how unhappy he is that I skipped feeding him first. But yeah, I saw this girl and a picture of this girl's dam's udder. So her mother has a phenomenal udder. And I will put a picture on the screen. The credit goes to 805 Farms for that picture. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I need this doe in my herd. So I really want to say a great big thank you to Kristen and Audric both for selling us these goats. I know it's not easy to sell goats that you love very much, but my mom and I are very happy that you allowed us to have the chance to get a hold of some very amazing milking lines and some very amazingly tame goats. So we're very thankful that we have the opportunity to just own some amazing goats that have been loved on by some amazing people. Amazing people make amazing goats.
So we've got Pumpkin here, she's milking, and I am happy to announce that she is a fully functional 4/4 cow, but she's not quite even. You can tell here that this left rear teeth is a bit larger in that quarter than the right rear, but she is fully functional. So that's what her udder looks like. So as you can probably tell from that udder, she's never going to classify excellent, but she is milking and she is looking pretty darn good. She's gotten the hang of milking in this parlor pretty quickly, so I'm really happy with how she's been doing. Would you... Okay, that will fit. Yeah. So... well, this is happening. Right? So...
the plank.
Yeah, the plank itself is a little bit uneven. Yeah. Ah! Look at it. It's curved. It's bowed.
Oh wow.
So it's flush with the sides. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think that's pretty good. That's just our luck that the freaking thing is not straight. Oh man.
Yeah, oh well.
So I did the two like this, so I know that I can go like this. Yep. Okay. Nice. Two more?
Two more.
Nice. Let's see if she wants to jump up by herself. She's like, that's too tall. Okay, come on then. There's already a fly in there. I'm still figuring this out.
She likes those pellets too, eh?
Yeah.
Yummy?
She gives a lot of milk. For such a little goat?
Yeah.
So I'm here with Didgi, short for didgeridoo, and I'm milking her now. So exactly a week ago is when we bought these goats. So I've been milking her for exactly a week, which is super amazing. Those are the other guys that are asking for treats as well because they could hear the rustling of the pellets. But she's giving about a cup of milk every day, and I'm milking her once a day just to keep up with it because I'd like to try and experiment and make some soap from goat's milk. So that's what I'm going to try for now because obviously it's not going to be enough to make cheese from for now. So I'm freezing it in little ice cube trays, and then later on when I've gotten enough, I will be trying to make some soap out of it. So that's the project for now. And if I somehow get enough goats in milk at the same time, then I will maybe try to make some cheese. And I know this is contrary to what I've said in the past. My main order of business with the goats is still meat, but girls allowed to have a couple of hobbies, right? So my main hobbies are basically working with horses and milking a couple of goats. Right, Didgi? You want to go back? Okay, we'll put you back. So this is Ari, and she was still on her mama when I got her, and she's a triplet. So the reason why I'm bottle feeding her is to just kind of give her a little bit of a less stressful time with moving and being weaned at the same time. So she's getting the hang of it. It's like the 6th day now that she's drinking from the bottle. Kind of filling the void that Pilgrim left behind, if I'm honest. Except this one wants to drink, so that's nice. So she's just been getting the milk that's from Didgi, and she didn't really like it at first because obviously it's not mom's milk, but she's getting the hang of it now, so I'm really happy about that. She's still a little slow, but she's getting there. So I don't know, I might feed her for another week or two and then call it okay. I would have been okay to just not bottle feed her, but she seems to not really like the pellets that I have right now. So I'm trying to make sure that she's still getting enough extra nutrients because she's kind of not taking to the pellets. So I'd like to make sure that she still keeps growing properly and doesn't get stressed. So she kind of takes the bottle. She's getting there. She just likes to spit it out every now and then. I'm hoping to get her to the point where I can just pop into the pen and then just feed her from the ground instead of having to hold her and shove the nipple in her mouth, but we'll see if I can get there. And that kind of like bunting motion that she's doing is because she's used to drinking off of her mama, so if the milk flow is unsatisfactory, she is trying to get a faster milk flow because that's what she would have done with her mom. So I think that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Thanks for coming along on the adventure. I know sometimes I say I've got plans and then I make contradictory statements, but I'm just a massive animal lover at heart, and I really enjoy being able to have a couple of different animal hobbies that I really love. So I hope you guys love watching what I do with all of the animals, and if you're in Canada, I hope you're all having a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and share it with a friend, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye! All done? Ooh, kisses. Show kisses. Aw. Yeah, okay, that's enough snuggles.